Hey, for the record, before I even get into this whole Amina Buddafly story thing, I just wanted to say this, man. A lot of abortions have happened on Love and Hip Hop, whether it was Love and Hip Hop New York or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't think, oh yeah, actually they were mentioned on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood as well. I'm going to make a separate video about it. It's probably going to be titled something to the effect of abortions are out of control in Love and Hip Hop, or Love and Hip Hop has a lot of abortions. I don't know exactly how I'm going to word it, but basically I'm going to break down all of these different women that have brought it up, like on the show or off the show and whatnot, because there's just been so many, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about abortion coming up. So if you guys want to hear about that, just make sure you stay tuned, because people are going to get their damn feelings hurt. I'm just going to put it like that, because anyways, here's what Amina Buddafly had to say on Instagram. She said, and I quote, "There is one reason and one reason only why I got pregnant again. Actually, there is no I in this. It's we. But since I am the one carrying, I got pregnant again because I made love to the man I love. Now, y'all can debate on why we did it until your hair turns gray. I feel good knowing that we know and you just think you know. A baby does not keep a man, and being spiteful does not make you a winner. This is not a game. This is my life. But no matter what the circumstances were and are, I now feel happy to be expecting again, and even happier to know I have the best baby daddy I could ask for at Peter Guns 174. I love you forever and will never be scared to show or say it because of people. Hashtag baby BX." She said baby daddy, not even husband. But anyways, somebody named Anne-Marie said, "K Michelle on, and the world still face palming over Amina Buddafly's stupidity. Since that vasectomy plan ain't work, please tie your tubes. Hashtag Love and Hip Hop New York." Amina responded by saying, "'Cause they love me." She also said, "All the people calling me a baby killer now that I'm having one, would you have wanted me to kill the second also?" End quote. Okay, so first of all, let's go back to her original Twitter comment here, where she was talking about how there's no I in this and it's we, as in her and Peter. Wow, she said that, a baby doesn't keep a man, and being spiteful does not make you a winner. I'm not sure of whether or not that was a stab at Tara, the side chick, the habitual side chick Tara. You spell Tara backwards, you end up with a rat. Literally, Tara backwards is a rat. So, anyways, she loves Peter. That's why she got pregnant again, because she loves Peter. She temporarily fell out of love with him when she killed the baby, but she loves Peter. And we all know it because she wears her heart on her neck. And I can see it beating every time she swallows. I just wish she swallowed cum instead of having it deposited into her lower lips, because apparently that's not the business. She keeps doing foolish things with her lower lips. So Amina just needs to swallow from now on. But here's the deal. She said that the reason why people were face palming over her stupidity, as Anne-Marie worded it, was because they love her. No, Amina, people just honestly think that you're the village idiot. That's what people think. They think you're a complete fool. You and Tara. I think Tara's dumber than you, but you're a dumb bitch. And the reason why you're dumb isn't even because you're letting Peter sleep with Tara. It isn't the fact that you're letting him impregnate Tara. No, that's not why I say you're stupid. I say you're stupid for two reasons. Number one, Peter keeps fooling you, making you think he's ever going to be monogamous. Number two, the simple fact that you want him to be monogamous. So, in other words, I wouldn't think you were stupid if everything was the same. However, you knew what he was doing and were simply okay with it. If you've just felt like, well, this is the way he is and I accept it, I would say whether that's right or wrong is up to debate. However, if that's the way that you feel about the situation, it's understandable. But to be in a relationship where somebody's doing something that keeps making you cry over and over again on TV, and a situation where you ended up killing your own child, I mean, it's like, come on now. This is a completely unhealthy situation all around. It's mentally unhealthy, physically unhealthy, spiritually unhealthy. I mean, how many cleansing baths do you have to do? You know, how many times you gotta cleanse your chakras? Oh my God. Like, what do you have to do when you're in the type of relationship where you're with a person who's been with another person for a decade and a half? They have now 3 children with each other. And people came up with a new term to refer to you as the quote unquote side wife. As far as I know, Amina Buddafly was the first woman in history to be referred to as the side wife. In other words, she's a side chick who's legally married to Peter Gunz. That's a damn shame. When you're known as the woman that was supposed to be the original side wife, that is disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. And the reason why you should be ashamed of yourself, once again, in my opinion, is not because you're letting him sleep with Tara, but because you don't accept it. It makes no sense. You just need to move on. There's not that much love in the world because you 2 crazy women seem desperate because you don't accept it. If you just accepted it, if you wanted to be sister wives or let them have 2 separate relationships, I honestly wouldn't think you were crazy. The fact that you're fighting over it over and over again, like a sport, like this is the thing. This is what you guys do. This is an activity. It's like a hobby for you guys. It's sick. It's like having a wound that you keep re-wounding on purpose. It just doesn't make any sense. But something that's really interesting about it all is that when Amina had the abortion with the other child before she became pregnant with this one, she cried on TV and said, "I killed my baby. I killed my baby." And they kept showing that scene over and over again, and it made me sick. But then she went on to say in this tweet, "All the people calling me a baby killer now that I'm having one, would you have wanted me to kill the second also?" In other words, she's acknowledging that she killed a person, that she killed her own baby. Once again, acknowledging it. Now, most women in this situation would deny that it was a person and say, it was just merely an it. It was a lump of cells. What's something? A lump of tissue. I've heard so many crazy things thrown out there, that people have repeated over and over again, which are completely untrue. These quote unquote fetuses have heartbeats, and fetus is just Latin for young one. So fetus doesn't mean pre-baby or less than a baby or anything like that. It just means young one. So when people say the word fetus as if it's not a baby because it's a quote unquote fetus, then they're being very dishonest, to say the least. And you got to think about it like this. If a pregnant woman wants her child, and let's say she gets into a car accident or somebody punches her in the stomach or she gets shot in the stomach, pow, Remy Ma style, or whatever, what would people say? They would say that she lost a child. Now, if she does not want the child, then they'll say, well, it's not really a child. It can go from being a child when the woman wants to keep the child and somebody else murders it, to not being a child at all when she has an abortion, because it eases her mind. But the one consistent thing that Amina does do is admit that she killed her baby. And as crazy as it sounds, I respect that. I respect her honesty. And I appreciate it very much so. Because if there's one thing that I can't stand, is when serious topics and discussions come up, when people are in just complete denial. It really disturbs me when I see somebody just completely deny reality and just say what they want to believe. It lets me know that the person is just not right in their head. So if there's one good thing out of it all, is that Amina has been honest. Look at me trying to look for something nice to say about the whole situation. But this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe, to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels, visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. And stay tuned for my Love and Hip Hop video about all of these abortions that have been happening on Love and Hip Hop and surrounding Love and Hip Hop. It's really something else. It's like a phenomenon.